Hello everyone, my name is Natalia and today we're going to do the second and final part of this beautiful unicorn we have left. We're going to make the head, the hair, and sew everything together. I hope you really like it and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you do, if you can leave me a comment as always, I really appreciate it. And without further ado, I'll leave you with the step-by-step instructions. Let's get started and we're going to work on the head. I made a magic ring with 6 single crochets for round number 2. We're going to do 6 increases, hide this tail as always, and mark the first stitch. There I have my first increase, the second increase, and then do 4 more, 1, 2, 3, and 4 more increase, and we'll come back for round number 3. The sequence is 1 single crochet and 1 increase. We finish with 18 single crochets. I repeat the sequence: 1 stitch, 1 increase, 1 stitch, 1 increase. Now for rounds 4 to 6, we do 1 single crochet. Don't forget to always mark the first stitch. That way we don't get lost. And we also end up with 18 single crochets. We continue like this until round 7, where we do 2 single crochets and 1 increase. We repeat the sequence and finish with 24 single crochets. For round 8, I already went ahead and did 3 single crochets, and now it's time for the increase. We repeat the sequence, 3 single crochets and 1 increase, and we finish with 30 single crochets. For round 9, I did 4 single crochets, and now it's time for the increase. We repeat the sequence, 4 single crochets and 1 increase. Now, from round 10 to round 14, we do 1 single crochet in each stitch. Always be sure to mark the very first stitch, and then when you are finished, complete with a total of 36 single crochets. We keep going like this up to round 14, girls. I finished round 14 and I've already put in the eyes. Let's count. And I place them on the row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 between rows 8 and 9. That's where we place the eyes and the distance between each eye. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 stitches in between. I've already put on the safety backings, and whenever you want, start stuffing this part. Now, let's carefully and precisely move on to the next step, which is round 15. In this round, we will meticulously make 10 individual single crochets. It is important to mark the very first one, then continue with the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the 8th, the 9th, and finally the 10th single crochet. And now we do a decrease, repeat the sequence, and finish with 33 single crochets. For round 16, make 10 single crochets, 1 decrease, 10 single crochets, 1 decrease. I have now made 9 single crochets, and at this point I will do a decrease. We will then repeat that entire sequence, 9 single crochets followed by 1 decrease, and then we will finish the round with 30 single crochets. For round 17, I made 3 single crochets, and now I do a decrease. Repeat the sequence, 3 single crochets and 1 decrease. We finish with 24 stitches. For round 18, I made 2 single crochets, and now it's time for the decrease. Repeat the sequence, 2 single crochets and 1 decrease, and finish with 18 stitches for round 19. We make 1 single crochet, which I've already done, and now a decrease. Repeat the sequence and finish with 12 single crochets. Girls, start stuffing because we're about to close up. Cut a long strand to close it up well and pull from here. And thread it onto a yarn needle. And we're going to close it up. You see that here we have 12 stitches. Okay, we're gonna go through all 12 stitches. grabbing only the strand. Let's see. Right over there, the strand that's facing us. Both strands. Not like this. Instead, focus solely on the outer strand. You need to carefully and precisely pass this single outer strand through all 12 of the designated points, pulling gently and consistently as you progress through each one. For example, you will have completed 2, then 4, and continue in this methodical manner until you successfully reach and complete all 12 points in the sequence. First, you'll want to pull the yarn very tight, ensuring there are no loose ends, and then carefully make a secure knot. This knot is crucial for holding everything in place. After the knot is firmly tied, you'll need to meticulously hide the remaining yarn inside the head of the piece, making sure it's completely concealed and doesn't show through the fabric. Now, for the next step, I'm going to switch to a different set of needles, specifically a smaller size, to achieve a finer detail in the upcoming work. Once the needle change is complete, take the black yarn and carefully thread it onto the yarn needle. This black yarn will be used to meticulously create the eyes, giving them expression, and then to form the delicate eyelashes, adding a lifelike quality to the finished piece. Insert the needle through any stitch, come out around here and leave some yarn to tie a knot later, then make an eyelash. I'm going to carefully come out here and meticulously craft the other one, ensuring its precise shape and alignment. Then, I will proceed to come up here to skillfully make the eyebrow, focusing on its delicate arch and how it complements the overall structure. Let's take full advantage of this opportunity and carefully make the eyebrow right about here, precisely positioning it. Then, at any convenient point, you can step back and observe how it looks. It truly looks good, and then proceed to create the other eyebrow and the delicate eyelashes, striving to make them as remarkably similar and symmetrical as possible to achieve a harmonious and balanced facial feature. Then, we will carefully go back to securely tie a knot. I have already meticulously made the delicate eyelashes and the distinct eyebrows, and now we are precisely going to the exact location where this particular yarn end is situated. From this precise point, with the remaining piece that we had left over, we will firmly tie a secure knot and then carefully hide it completely inside the head of the creation. Now, we carefully select a beautiful blue color, or indeed any other preferred shade that you might desire, to meticulously create a delicate and precise little line. You have the option to leave it exactly here, at this specific point, to securely tie a knot, much like the method we previously employed and demonstrated with the black color thread. Alternatively, you could choose to extend it and come out a bit further along the material, and then with careful precision, I proceed to make a neat and secure stitch, ensuring everything is perfectly in place. I go to any point It actually looks pretty good, and now you make the other one exactly the same. Then you come over here, tie a knot, just like we did before with the black, and hide it inside. I didn't realize I could use the same thread to make the mouth and the nostrils. But anyway, if you can use the same one, that's great. And if we grab another one in black, we go in through any point. And I marked here with pins. We make a little delicate line here as always, carefully leaving some extra thread to securely tie off. And I do it precisely there. I come out at any convenient point to thoroughly see how it truly looks. It looks pretty good indeed, and now we're going to meticulously do the nostrils, and we will do them right where I clearly marked them. Okay, look, this particular arrangement would represent the first row, specifically row number 1, followed by the second row, row number 2. To secure this, I carefully positioned a small sturdy pin precisely at this point, ensuring it was firmly in place. Subsequently, I placed another identical pin directly above the first one, creating a vertical alignment. Following the same meticulous process, I replicated this exact procedure over here on the other side, where the setup also appears to be quite satisfactory and visually appealing, indicating a successful and well-executed placement. Here, as always, we meticulously make a secure knot and then carefully hide it completely inside the adorable little head, girls. Now, let's proceed to meticulously create the individual hair strands. I have personally made a total of 4 distinct strands for the hair portion of this project. If you want more, you can. These 4 are the same. This one looks longer, but that's because it's sewn lower. But they're the same, and I made one for the ponytail. If you want to add more strands, we can add more strands. Let's start with the hair strands, the ones on top. We make a slip knot, and I'm going to make 33 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, until we reach 33 chains in total. We're going to work in double crochet stitches. I insert the hook into the 3rd chain from the hook. You can't see it very well, but it would be 1, 2, and 3 right there. And counting the double crochet we made, plus the starting chain. There we have 2 double crochets together, and that's going to be the sequence for every stitch. We are going to make 2 double crochets together, in other words, an increase. Here I have completed 1 double crochet, and in the very same place I will make another double crochet, and we will keep going like this until the very end of the row. We make increases in every stitch. Okay? Keep going like this until the last stitch. And you start to see the loop forming. This way, girls, I finished, and this is how it looks. Now we cut a long strand to sew it onto the head later, and from here we pull and thread this part onto a yarn needle. This strand, the one from the slip knot, we're going to hide it around here. And make 4 little locks of hair or more, and if you want you can also make them a bit longer or shorter. That's up to you, and you can use whatever color you like. And to make the tail, instead of 33 chains, I made 15 chains. It turns out like this. It's shorter. Make 15 chains and do exactly the same thing. Let's sew the head first and pin it in place. When you see that it looks straight, that's where it goes. When we start sewing, we use the yarn tail we left from the body, thread it onto a yarn needle, and start at the end. Girls, leave a little opening, and if you need to add more stuffing to the neck, fill it well, then close it up and keep sewing. Alright, I think it looks good there. So I attach it from the head and then from the stitch, from the body like this. And I keep going like this from the head. Okay, keep going all the way around here until you reach where you started, and then we go back to make a knot. I finished, I did the last stitch. I'm going to make a knot here. You can certainly do it on the main body of the piece, or perhaps on the very top of the head, or truly wherever you personally like, wherever is most comfortable and convenient for you to work. And then subsequently we carefully hide the remaining yarn inside the finished project. Alright, let's sew the ears on. Starting from the center, count 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, and on the 5th row, more or less, we place the ears. I've already attached one, and if you want to use the eye as a reference, place one ear here and the other there so you can see the position. Use that as your guide. Following the visual demonstration in the image, we carefully thread a yarn needle, ensuring the yarn is securely in place. Subsequently, we proceed to attach this threaded needle to the head of the object, precisely as you have observed. The process involves first hooking the yarn on this particular side, then meticulously guiding it inside here as well, ensuring a firm and stable attachment. This is done specifically on this side in the vicinity of the ear to complete the connection. There, just like that. And now we meticulously move to the front part and diligently do the very same thing. That's precisely how it looks. We carefully tie a secure knot once the knot is completely done. We then discreetly hide the loose end deep inside the head, and subsequently we meticulously sew it onto the body. If you so desire, you can certainly use the precise center here as a helpful guide, and I will carefully count 1 full row, then 2, then 3, then 4, and finally 5 complete rows. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, then we sew. And more or less precisely in the central area of the small delicate ears, specifically positioned towards the very front of the head, you will find this placement. The exact same principle applies to the foundational base of the horn, which is firmly situated on the top of the head, ensuring a consistent and accurate anatomical representation. Like this, precisely in that spot. And another crucial detail I didn't mention earlier is the importance of carefully stuffing the small delicate horn a bit, ensuring it's filled just right exactly in that specific area. Let's go. Okay, and keep going like this, maintaining a consistent and even tension throughout your work. This is precisely how it should look when you meticulously reach the very end of this section, ensuring all stitches are uniform and neat. Make a secure knot, as you always do, ensuring it is tight and will not unravel, and then carefully hide it completely inside the head, making sure it is not visible from the outside and does not create any bumps. Now, to meticulously sew on the legs and arms, pay close attention to the placement. Look, we will be starting precisely from this specific point, ensuring proper alignment and a sturdy attachment for each limb. Down on the row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right there on the 7. We attach the legs there, as you can see in the image, and make sure both are even. For the arms, I'm going to place them 1, 2, 3 rows higher. First, pin them in place with pins, and when you think they look right, make sure to check from the back as well. Make sure they're as symmetrical as possible, the arms and legs, and then we start sewing. We also make a stitch here so the leg doesn't open up too much. If you desire, you have the option to incorporate a few additional stitches into your work. Following this, we will meticulously tie a secure knot and then carefully conceal it within the fabric, ensuring it is completely hidden from view. We will then proceed to replicate this precise process for both of the front legs, applying the same technique to each one. Subsequently, we will perform an identical action with the remaining little leg, ensuring consistency across all parts. If the tufts look, the position matters here, and there's one here and one below. But anyway, you can arrange them however you like, and if you want to add more tufts, just add more. And here's the tail. We meticulously use the legs as a precise guide, positioning them carefully in this manner. Then we gently place the piece, ensuring it is as perfectly centered as humanly possible before we begin to sew it with steady stitches. Following the sewing, we securely tie a knot, making sure it is firm and will hold, and then, as is our standard practice, we carefully hide the knot inside the fabric to maintain a clean and professional finish. Furthermore, if you desire an even more refined appearance and enhanced stability, you have the option to also tie an additional knot at the very bottom of the piece, which will contribute to a much better overall aesthetic and structural integrity. And that's all for today. This is how they turn out. They look super cute. Both turned out exactly the same. I hope you liked it. I send you a big kiss, and I'll see you in the next video.